Hi everyone, in this lesson we're going to talk about text formulas. With text formulas you can change, cut, search, or manipulate text in Excel. They are simple and straightforward. Okay, let's get started with left, right, and mid formulas. These formulas help us to cut text in any way that we want. For example, if I want to get the first letter of a name, I'll type equal left open parenthesis A2, comma 1. A2 is the name and 1 is the first letter of the leftmost position of the copy of the text. Let's copy the cell down. The next formula is right. It works in the same way except that it returns the characters from the right. So if I want to get the last three letters of the name, I'll type equal right A2, comma 3. With the mid formula, you can specify the start number, the number from which you want to fetch the characters, and then the number of the characters. So if I type equal mid parenthesis A2, comma 2, comma 2. The result is 00 because the 2 of the second letter from the left and the 2 of how many characters you want to get. Copy it to the other cells and look at the result. Now look at this column. Every cell has a city and the country of the city separated with a comma, for example, Oslo, comma, Norway. I want to fetch the country from this cell in a separate column, combining the mid and find formula. How would you do that? Let's think of this problem for a while. We can't use the right or mid formula because the number of characters for each country is different. Another way to look at this problem is that everything that follows the comma is the country. Let me write the formula first and then I'll explain it to you. Type equal mid, open parenthesis, B2, comma, find, comma in double quotes, comma B2, plus 1, comma 50, close parentheses. I'm telling Excel to fetch me the middle portion of the text in the B2 cell, starting with the finding of comma in B2 and adding 1 to it. The find formula is telling you the position of the comma in the cell B2. Then I add 1 to the position number because otherwise I'll get comma Norway as a result. Finally, I'm specifying a dummy number like 50 because I want the characters after that. 50 is a large random number, so you could type 100, it's the same. Drag it down and see the results. Great. The next formula that we are going to discuss is the trim formula. Trim takes the text and removes all the spaces at the beginning, at the end, and in between if there are anything more than one space. Look at this sentence, which has an extra space. Type equal trim A13 and enter. Trim cleans up the text a bit for you, except for the single spaces between words. Let's format the cell a bit. Next we have lower, upper, and proper functions. The lower function converts the text to lowercase, the upper function converts it to uppercase, and the proper function turns it to proper case. Starting with the lower function, let's type in equal lower A2, enter, and drag it down. it converted the text to a lowercase. Next type in equal upper A2, enter, and drag it down again. Nice. Now with the proper formula, each word is capitalized. I will try it with this sentence. Equal proper A13 and enter. The first letter of each sentence is capitalized. The next formula is concatenate, which combines two pieces of a text. For example, type equal concatenate A2 and space between two double quotes and B2. Here we combine the two cells A2 and B2 with the space between them. Copy down and see the final result. Another formula that we are going to see later in this course is the REPT function. This function repeats a character or a symbol x times, x is a number that we define. Type equal REPT vertical bar in double quotes, comma, 10. One of the text formulas is the LEN function. LEN tells you the length of a particular text. Let's type in equal LEN A2 and enter. Copy the cell. 6 is the result of A2 cell because Cooper has 6 letters. Next we have the text function, which I use very often. The text function takes up an argument and formats it in a format string that you specify. I'll make some examples so you can understand it. Here I have a small table with product sales and profit. I want to format the first amount with the 2 decimal and thousand separators. Type in equal text open parenthesis B16 quotation mark hash symbol comma 3 zeros, 0.2 zeros, close parenthesis. The text function does what Excel's custom formatting does when you right-click and go to Format Cells. You are doing the formatting using a formula. There are some restrictions. For example, you can't use color coding red or green that you have in custom formatting. But the best part of this formula is that you can combine text with cells that have numbers. Let's take an example to understand it fully. Type equal quotation mark profit 4 space quotation mark and age 16 and is in double quotes and text parenthesis B16 comma, double quotes, hash symbol, 00, close quotes, and parenthesis. If I press enter, I can see that I've combined two texts with the 2 cells A16 and B16 and typed a sentence. To be able to use formatting, you need to be familiar with custom formatting options and the rules you have to follow. Right-click on cell B19, Format Cell, Custom, and let's explain some possibilities here. This format 0.00 puts 2 decimals in the number. This custom format hash sign sets thousands of separators in my number. This has thousand separators in decimals, and this with the semicolon has to do with negative and positive numbers. The first argument is how positive numbers should be formatted, and the second argument after the semicolon is how negative numbers should be formatted. That's the basics of custom formatting. In this lesson, we learned about Excel text functions, essential when we prepare our data for a dashboard or a chart. I want to thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye!